Hey everyone, Lee Train with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen back at you. Got a cool new tool that I think is going to be just the beginning of something that we've been really working on and we're going to continue to strive towards, and that's pattern recognition tools. So one we're talking about today is the ABCD screener. So couple things. Number one, this is a new feature. So if you've currently got StocksToTrade, make sure you go to your gear and then drop down and go to check for updates. Got to make sure you have the latest update to have access to this tool. And as always, if you're enjoying these videos, I'm glad you're here, but I don't work for free. Somebody needs to pay my salary. So that being said, definitely check out the trial, get access to the trial, and hopefully become a subscriber, and then I can afford to continue to make these amazing new videos. So that being said, check out the trial. Listen, obviously I'm biased, but I love StocksToTrade. I've been trading for 15 years now, and I think back to some of the amount of tools and software packages and just stuff that I had to have. And the great thing about StocksToTrade, I truly believe this, one software trading package for everything. Okay, your charting, your alerts, your chat rooms, your screeners, your broker integration, your paper trading, all these new tools, pattern recognition, fundamental tools like tip ranks, breaking news alert. I mean, there's just, the list goes on and on and on. So anyway, get StocksToTrade. I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to act. Time waits for no man, my friend. So anyway, let's talk about the ABCD screener. So what you do, this is kind of going to be a very, very brief tutorial. Once you get the trial, once you have it, head on over to the university site. I'll be doing a ton of new webinars, breaking everything down. But if you launch the ABCD screener here, you're going to be presented with a big list of stocks. Now, the first step you're going to do is you're going to filter that, and you're going to filter by the criteria that you look for, you know, whether that be low floaters, big percent gainers, big percent losers, okay? So the ABCD pattern is a wave-based pattern, okay? So it works with high-priced, low-priced stocks. I mean, listen, people use it with Forex. People use it with crypto. It is a harmonic, mathematical, heavily weighted on Fibonacci's. You know I love Fibonacci's, but there's a lot of under the hood math that we won't talk about for the sake of this brief, short YouTube video. But you can short even by earnings per share if you want to get more fundamental, market cap, number of trades, etc. So once I filter, one of the first stocks that was presented to me was ABEV. And this one I knew was interesting because this has been a long-term downtrending chart. I mean, which a lot of them right now, the day I'm recording is May 12th, 2022. Hopefully the stock market doesn't crash today, but it's not looking good the last few days. But anyway, I do this a long-term downtrending stock, especially if you look here the last week, actually really last month, just got destroyed sitting there. But the reason it was on my focus is I knew it had really formed this bottom right here, basically at 250. You go back to October, put in a bottom. You go back to January, put in a bottom. Go back to March, put in a bottom. And then I saw this bounce day today. And so then once you jump over to the intraday with the screener, you can see how the pattern starts to play out. So where A is plotted is basically the high of the day, that kind of big point where the stock touches up. Then B is mapping the intraday resistance point, which allows it to then calculate the range from B to C and then C to D. So now what you're presented with, as we're right here at 277, you can see the stock did pull back into the D green zone, okay? So then that green zone is your buy signal, okay? Then what's awesome about this is you've got your stop loss zone. So what's great about so many of these tools is it now guides you through the trade. So if you took that entry down in the low 270s, let's say it failed, trade didn't work out, it drops into the mid 260s, into that stop loss zone, the SLZ, you now know, hey, nothing works 100% of the time. The wave failed, the pattern broke, you would take your stop and move on. Then you can see you've got profit areas building to the upside that are giving you, again, calculated areas to take profits into when the stock bounces off of D. And you can see right now ABEV actually headed back toward the high of day. I mean, the high of day is 278. This is currently at 277, trending up, 32 million shares traded. I mean, not bad, again, on a slower day. So now you can use these profit-taking zones to guide you through whether or not this stock is continuing to be bullish. So if it breaks through the yellow zone, breaks through the orange zone, into the red and the black, and then starts pulling back and, pulling back into one of the previous zones, that's going to tell you that, hey, there's no continuation. I'm going to take my small profits and I'm going to move on. Where if it continues to base higher through the profit zones, then that's going to give you confirmation that the stock is still bullish and it's going to continue trending higher. Then maybe you start moving that, that trailing stop up along with stock. So very cool tool, very excited about this. I mean, the interesting thing is, again, I can go through, there's, whether it be high price stocks or low price stocks, stocks like AMD, which actually is kind of interesting. You can see AMD did the wave pattern, but then notice it failed. So if you go here, and I know it's probably kind of hard to see on screen, you can see AMD attempted, but ultimately failed that pattern, and you can kind of see it reflected here. Here's your A, here's your B, here's your C, and then there's your D, but then it broke down into the stop loss zone. So you can see that wave forming, where vice versa, say AMD had held that D level and bounced, you would have had your profit-taking zones, and just a good example of one that didn't work versus ABEV, which is currently working. So very excited about this tool. Again, it's kind of just the beginning of some amazing stuff we're working on at StocksToTrade. So that being said, one more time, definitely hit that link below to get access to the trial. Check it out. And if you have StocksToTrade, just grab your gear, go to check for updates, open up a new tab, fire up that ABCD screener, and then once you'll add your, you've now got that also your ABCD pattern technical indicator listed under all your other indicators, with your Oracle support and resistance, your VWAP, your stochastics, MACD, all of the hundreds and hundreds of technical indicators that we have. So, all right, everyone, have an amazing day, and we will see you next time.